Hi everybody. I guess Job sat down. Anyway.
Yep, so I'm here on one of these gun reviews. On his channel, this is on his channel, obviously. He does the gun reviews by himself, but today we're doing the comparison on his channel. The last comparison we did was on my channel, and that was like 2-3 years ago, but now we're doing it on his.
Never mind. Okay, anyway, today we're going to be reviewing, instead of a Taurus and a Glock, we're going to be reviewing two different Glocks. Two different Glocks in one video. Nice.
Yep. We're going to have the 19X and the 48, so we might as well bring them out.
Might well, with the cases and all their glory.
Yep, so again, just a comparison video of we have Glocks, we both own them, so we wanted to compare the ones we have. So this comes with the 48, the case. This is black.
And this is obviously the tan, the coyote tan, which is the color of the 19X,
yep,
as you all should know.
And we will open it up.
Now,
so, go ahead.
Now you all might be wondering why we're deciding on the 19X and the 48 in particular. Why wouldn't we do the 19X with the 45? They're more similar. Well, because we don't have a 45, and we thought this would just be cool because they're quads. So
we did a comparison on his Taurus G2C and my Glock 48, this same one. But now that we both have Glocks, we wanted to compare them because they're fun videos to do. So I wanted to note that my Glock 48 is not factory condition in terms of I have done work to my Glock, so it's not what you're gonna get when you get a 48. There's some few things that I've added.
Yeah, mine is factory. I mean, I just bought this a couple months ago, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been at least a couple months ago, so mine's factory condition. It doesn't have any sights on it, or lasers or flashlights, anything like that. It's not Cerakoted. It's just factory Glock 19X.
Yeah, so to get mine out of the way before we start comparing, I just wanted to show you what I've done to it. And of course, let me make sure it's clear. So the trigger's the same, factory trigger. The sights are the same. But the work I've had done is I have added a silver flared mag well. I have added a mag extension, extended mag release, and an extended slide release. And I also have a threaded barrel that I purchased 2-3 years ago. And then with one of the mags, I put on an extended +4 from Tyrant Designs, I believe.
Mag extension?
Yeah,
I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, a mag extension on it. So that's it. Now that that's out of the way.
So now we bust out mine. This is the 19X, all for glory, factory condition. The coyote tan design on it, which I love. I've considered a Cerakote eventually, but I don't think I will because I like the
that's a nice color.
But everything's a factory. Do this without aiming it at you. Make sure it's empty, of course. So we have everything's factory. The mag release is factory. It's not extended. The slide release is factory. It's not extended.
Yep.
I don't know how to do this thing. It's got night sights on it. We'll get to that when we can. I don't want to aim it at them or anything.
So I guess the big glaring thing we can start by comparing, the biggest thing that we've found is the size difference. And I don't really want to make this video, just want to note to you guys, I don't want to make it a positive and negative video about them. I just want to compare the actual legit differences. So the Glock 48 is part of their Slimline collection, or their Slim collection. So they purposefully designed this Glock for the purpose of conceal carry. This is what this is made for. I'm going to point it at you, not him. You can see it's very slim. It's not a very thick Glock.
Compared to mine, which is a thicker.
Yeah, and wow, that is crazy. Actually holding up. I think this is the first time him and I've actually compared it.
And we were gonna at the end of this video put a little video of us shooting my Glock and his, but we didn't do that. But I do have a video on my phone of him shooting mine, but we don't have one of that, so we just left it out. We'll leave it out. But The 19X, if you don't know already, is actually a combination of two different Glocks. The the 17. It's got the frame of the Glock 17, and it's got the slide of the 19. That's right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
something like that. Well, yeah. So that is a hybrid pistol, and I believe the military used it, or it was some sort of police. But I believe the military did try it out.
Yes, and the police do commonly use the 17.
Yeah,
I see a lot of police use the 17.
Yeah,
and very nice pistol. I've actually held a 17 before. They're nice pistols.
Yeah, 17s are nice. So one thing with mine, I don't believe mine has a generation. It's not like a Gen 5 or 4. This is a brand new sort of thing. So I don't think they may make another gen, but correct me if I'm wrong, this doesn't have a gen. It's just a Glock 48.
Yeah, I think mine's the same. Of course, leave in the comments if I'm wrong. Correct me. I'll take constructive criticism. But
Yep.
I think this is just the 19X. No Gen 5 and Gen 4, whatever. But
yeah. So one nice thing about his is you can actually swap. If you have a Glock 17, you can actually swap and like mix another. So you could put a slide of another on that. That's compatible with another handgun.
That's a nice thing about this.
With the 17. Is it the 17?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, that's a hybrid pistol.
Yeah, and a lot of people have a little trouble. A lot of people have a little trouble concealing this pistol because it's kind of a larger pistol.
Yep.
Compared to his is way slimmer than mine. But me being a smaller person than he is, I haven't had any issues with it. It feels really good. Nice appendix carry pistol.
Yeah. I kind of put that against my waist earlier and felt how it would feel, and even on me, it feels pretty decent. So that is definitely not one of the larger Glocks. They have way bigger Glocks than that.
Oh, I've seen some too.
Yeah, they've got some ridiculous Glocks out there. Honestly, you can conceal that, and it's not a problem. There are some things that you could do with a Glock that's way worse than just it being bulky.
I can feel this better than the Taurus, and the Taurus is a smaller handgun.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the G2C. A lot of you should know about that by now. It's coming into popularity. But.
So another difference is mine has this is one of the negatives of mine. I didn't want to go into negatives, but I mean it is. The factory magazine only has a capacity of 10 rounds, and of course this is chambered at 9mm, as is that.
Yeah, but this one has a capacity of 17 rounds. Of course, this is loaded, as you can see. My mag's loaded, but nothing. I don't have anything chambered. But this is a 17 rounds. This is a standard mag, 17 rounds.
Yeah, you get a lot with the 19X, and with all non-slimline Glocks, which is, I mean, when you want to go for concealment, sometimes you lose ammo. That's just what it is. I mean, but there are some. They do make magazines. They're off-brand. They're not Glock. That are the same size. I don't know how they've engineered it, but where it is double stack, and you can get like 15 or 16 in one of those magazines.
Of course, the 19X comes with two. In addition to the regular mag, comes with two magazines, which are 17 rounders, but they have extensions on them.
Yeah.
So they're essentially 19 rounders. It comes with. So I have those two in addition, which is nice.
Yeah, and you get yours came with 3 mags, right?
Yes, I had the standard and the 2 extensions.
Mine just came. I believe when I got mine, it just came with 2 magazines. So yeah, we've covered that. We've covered so like trigger pull and whatnot. They're really not. They're really identical. His is a little lighter, I believe.
When I pull my trigger, that's chambered. Point it safely. Yeah, I have a really light, really smooth trigger pull.
Yeah, mine is on the slightly heavier side, but it's not heavy. It's not like pounds of difference, but it is slightly heavier. One of the things I've noticed with his 19X, probably being that it's new, it's bigger, it's harder to take it apart, whereas mine is like super, like is really, really easy. I was really struggling on taking the barrel off to take it apart. But my
hands are a little sweaty too, so
yeah. But they take apart the exact same. They're Glocks. You pull the tabs back and then you slide it off to take the spring out. Yeah, that being so factory new, it's hard. It's stiff. It's really, really stiff.
There we go. I promise I know what I'm doing, but my hands are a little sweaty right now, so I can't really get a grip. But yeah, it's easy. Really easy to take apart, boom, apart.
It's the same exact procedure as all Glocks. I don't think there's any Glocks that are different to take apart. So that is that.
It's really easy. That's the good thing about Glocks. They're really easy to take apart.
Yeah. And I mean, shooting wise, again, they're both chambered in the same caliber. They're both in 9mm, but his being bigger, there is less perceived recoil. As with any firearm, you put a 9mm in a very heavy metal, like 1911, you're going to feel it less than you would with a very small. That's why shooting a 500 snub nose is going to leave you sore for a few days.
Might break your wrist.
Might break your wrist. Mine has a more perceived recoil because it's smaller, but I mean, that depends on multiple factors. How good is your recoil control? How tightly do you grip it? Blah blah blah.
Which leads to the next kind of thing. If you're new to firearms, you're getting into firearms, practice, because you want to be able to control your recoil.
Yeah.
Especially in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
You want to know how to control recoil, all that stuff.
Right. So yeah, and the lovely thing with the 19X, another comparison, is his comes with night sights. At least the one he bought.
Yes.
Factory night sights, which is lovely.
away from him. Those are trying to aim it away.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the night sights. I might turn it off and try and show you in a minute, but
yep,
my light's off. But
I don't have night sights. What I have, we'll show you in another clip, is like a upside down half square for the rear sight. That's the great thing about that, is when you buy it, I think you get night sights on all the 19X.
yeah.
And then this factory, again, did not come with a flared magwell. His doesn't, but I will say, reloading on a 19X is smooth. It really, it almost feels like it has a flared magwell.
Yeah, and one thing I will say about the 19X that I dislike, this is probably my only real gripe about it, is the mag release. At least for me. For some of you, it might work better. It's kind of difficult to release the mag for me, so I kind of have to reach for it. But it's not that big an issue for me. I'll get a mag release eventually, or what are they called?
An extended.
Yeah, an extended mag release.
Yeah.
Couldn't think, but
yeah. And that for me, the 19X it feels I can get it perfectly. So if you've got, I wouldn't say smaller hands, but my hands are kind of big-ish.
smaller.
If you have, I wouldn't say like small hands, but smaller, you might want to get a mag extension on that.
Yeah.
With some Glocks are just it's a thick Glock. It's very wide.
Of course, it fits my hand perfectly.
Yeah.
I can wrap my fingers around it, my hand around it perfectly. It works really, really well for me. And whereas the Taurus, I had to get a little mag extension thing to put on the mag.
Yeah.
So I can.
If you want to swap, we can check them out ourselves, because we haven't really spent too much time. Like, oh yeah, that's weird when you swap. It feels totally different. His is noticeably heavier. That's another. Obviously, with mine being lighter.
Yeah, I noticed the lightness of his. It's much lighter than mine.
Yep. His slide is lighter than mine. My slide's heavier.
And I don't have as much issue with his. Of course, he has the mag, extended mag release, but still.
Yeah.
I noticed I can, much easier, much smoother with his flared magwell.
Yeah, we put, say 150, maybe 200 rounds through this today and broke it in, and it was really, really smooth.
Really smooth. I loved it.
It's a really good.
I couldn't have asked for a better handgun for me personally.
Yeah. So if you, this is going to come down kind of maybe close. I've really run out of. There's not too much lights in. I mean, they're Glocks. The only noticeable differences is mag capacity, the size, and perceived recoil. Other than that, and you get night sights and all that. But
and we might show you turn off the lights and show you in a minute. But
yeah, Customization is kind of the same. I think the 19X has more options. 48 is kind of limited on what you can do. There's not a lot of mags that you can buy.
See, I noticed also with the 48, you don't have the rail at the bottom, so you can put a flashlight or whatever on it.
Yeah.
Like mine does. The 19X has that, and
Yeah.
that is a feature I like about the 19X. Of course, if I plan on getting anything, it'll probably be a flashlight for a home invasion situation. But,
yeah, and there's another thing to look out for that not a lot of people look for is look for if you want an MOS or not. What an MOS version is it comes with the cutout for an optic.
Yes.
So if you want a red dot, if you want something, whatever you want, if you want to put it on there, look for that, and also look for the serration for putting a flashlight or whatever, because I would have to get work done to mine.
If you notice on his, he doesn't have one.
Yeah, and I haven't looked it up, but there might be a Glock 48 that has, there might be an MOS 48 or one with the cutout for a laser or a flashlight or combo.
Yeah. So I noticed I had noticed this today. There are 19X's. They have the MOS on it where you can put like a red dot on or whatever. And then the 45, correct me if I'm wrong, is a very similar handgun to the 19X, which I believe they have MOS. A lot of them do.
Yeah. There's some, you just got to pick what version you want, because the 19X has the base model, which is this, with the cutout for the laser, the light, whatever. And then there's the MOS, and there might be another one where there's like some souped up iron sights, the cutouts, flared mag well, and extended bit. Like there's one with a lot of crazy options. I think it's like 900, 1,000 maybe. It's really just what you want. But the one handgun that you can most likely trust out of the box with your life, Glock. You don't need something super fancy to. It'll do the job flawlessly every time.
And Glock's one of the greatest handguns you can buy out of the box and not have to upgrade much to it.
Yeah. People like to go a little crazy with upgrades on their handguns sometimes, and it's really not necessary. I'd say, if anything, I know we're getting a little off track, but if anything, if you need an extended mag release, if you want to put a suppressor or a compensator, get a threaded barrel, an extended base plate or an extended mag, mag extension, extended mag. Don't go crazy. Don't get a drum mag. Night sights, especially for if you don't have a light, that's great for home invasion.
I don't believe in drum mags.
No, I don't either. You gotta lube them up and work on them to get them to not jam. They're horrible for any weapon. If
anything, they're just for fun.
Yeah.
And I notice people with the Taurus G2C, a lot of people will get like a 32 round drum.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Like no.
Unless you want a mag dump, but even then, it takes so long to load. They're just
it's a waste of ammo, waste of money. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really to conclude this video, I guess, if you were to choose between the two, it comes down really to like concealment versus like just mag size and more out of the box. You get more out of the box with this than you do with that. It's got the night sights. It's got the cut for the light.
Let's see if we can show you the night sights. Well, of course, let me show you his sights first.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, you can see his sights kind of more white, just standard sights. Kind of, which I really like. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Turn off the light.
Yeah, we'll turn off the light and I will.
If we can.
Yeah, I'll show you the night sights here. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So those are the night sights, and I'm not sure the lifespan on those, but I think it's like 6, 7 years, 8 years, something.
Yeah, those are the night sights on the 19X. The 48 does not have night sights.
Nope.
I don't even know if you can change the sights out on it or not.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Oh yeah, I guess you can. Okay.
Yeah. There might be a 48 version with night sights. And I when I bought that, I didn't know really a lot about Glocks at the time, so it was my birthday, my 21st birthday, and I just bought a Glock, and I didn't even know what I was really getting into. Thankfully, I got a good. I mean, there's really no bad Glock.
We've ran some rounds threw this at the range before. I like it. It's nice.
We probably put 300-ish, which isn't a lot for like gun enthusiasts, but hey, everything is getting expensive nowadays.
Yeah, everything's expensive with our economy growing. I don't want to get into. I'm not gonna get into politics, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah. So that's really it. Other than that, I mean, they're just 2 Glocks.
They're Glocks. What more can you?
Yeah.
What more can you say?
For those that are saying we're Glock fanboys, use a Glock. Like I mean, Glocks are one of, if not, which I say most certainly, the most reliable handgun brand on earth, and they are affordable.
And listen, I love shooting other handguns. I carried a Taurus G2C.
That's a good gun.
Self-defense. Excuse me, for self-defense for 2 years, however long it was, and I love the G2C. But I have my gripes with the G2C. I hate the trigger on the G2C. It's just too, I don't know, it's not smooth, it's too loose. I don't know how to really describe it. And there are people out there, like, my uncle carries around a, what's it called?
Kimber?
Yeah, the Kimber. The Kimber, it's chambered in 9mm, and I shot that someday, and it's awesome. You know, it's really also your preference. But I do recommend getting a Glock.
Yeah.
And they won't fail you.
Yeah.
It won't.
If you're wanting a gun out of the box, no fancy upgrades, a Glock is where you should start. If you want a reliable handgun to start, Glock. Always. Yeah. They are never going to fail you. They have a good they have a reputation for a reason.
It won't fail. And
yeah.
You can call us Glock fanboys all you want.
But until you learn and shoot Glocks, you're just calling us fanboys for no reason.
And I'm like a lot of people. I like shooting a lot of different guns.
Yep.
I have a 92 Beretta and an M92 FS Beretta. Yep. I love it. I hate the trigger on it, but I love the gun.
Yep.
And I Glock. It's my go-to self-defense concealed carry handgun. That's me.
Yeah. If you're not wanting to go too crazy with the choice, I know we're kind of straying a bit, but if you're wanting to not go too crazy with, you don't want a crazy expensive, crazy customized John Wickish gun out of the box, just something literally out of the box. You put ammo in it, you put it in your holster. That's it. Glock always. Yeah, you don't have to take it apart and lube it when you get it. It's factory ready. It's literally, you could take it out of the box and shoot it immediately.
Ready to go. Go run some rounds through it, which I recommend when you get a gun, especially if you're new at it, go run some rounds through it and get familiar with your gun.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be able to understand the recoil that your gun has on it. You got to understand the trigger.
You got to know how to grip it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta know how to handle it, take it apart. You know, get familiar. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
So whatever you choose, whether it's the 19X or the 48 or whatever Glock, you got to learn about it and you got to practice. You got to be consistent, is what builds up muscle memory. But yeah, that's really the comparison for them. I don't think there's that many other differences besides mag capacity and size.
Yeah, there's really not. I mean, it's a Glock. Yeah, it's not much else to say.
Yep. Besides my work that I've done on it, that's pretty much it.
I haven't done anything to mine yet. I'm probably gonna get a extended mag release on it, maybe an extended slide release, and I'm gonna get a flared mag well. Other than that, really, I don't have any plans.
Yeah.
It's really, I like it the way it is so far.
Attitude.
Yeah, it's done me well for the short time I've had it.
Yeah, that's really. Oh, did I discover something? His has an ambidextrous slide release. I didn't realize that.
Oh, I didn't realize that either.
You can release it on. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Left-handers, even though you're going to get brass in your face, there's another difference for you. I didn't even realize it. That's sweet. Mine doesn't have that.
Yep. His doesn't have a ambidextrous slide release. His is on.
I'm jealous now. He's got all the upgrades on it. Man, that's crazy.
That's cool. That's a cool little detail.
Yeah, that's pretty. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it. That's really the only differences. So, with that, we will close out the video.
We'll close out the video. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out his channel, Joab, Joab.
Yep.
He does gun videos, cigar videos, gaming,
streaming, all that sorts of stuff.
You name it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed our video. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Yep, I will see you.